Exemptions in bankruptcy. Often I hear the question, will I lose my car if I file a bankruptcy? Well, before we answer that question, let's talk about the theory of assets in a bankruptcy. We're going to file the case, and theoretically, the court's going to take all of your assets. The court's going to sell your assets and give that money to the creditors. But they don't come and take everything. You get to keep a certain amount of assets through a bankruptcy. So the answer to that question is, yes, they may take your car, but maybe not. Let's go through some examples. Let's say we have a car that's worth $3,000. Under Missouri law and federal bankruptcy law, you get to keep $3,000 worth of car. The bankruptcy laws do not want to leave you penniless or broke and sitting on the side of the road. They want to leave you with enough assets to rebuild your life. What that really means can be found in the formulas. For example, if we have a car and the fair market value of that car is $10,000, maybe you owe $8,000. That means you have $2,000 in equity. It's this equity that we're trying to protect. As mentioned, the law gives you up to $3,000 worth of car or equity to save in a bankruptcy. So if you have a $10,000 car, you owe $8,000, you only have $2,000 in equity, the court will not take your car. Because if they took it, they would have to sell it, pay off the remaining loan, and give you $3,000. There's not enough equity in the car there for the court to take. However, let's say, for example, that you have a car with a fair market value of $20,000. Maybe you owe $5,000 against it. That means you have $15,000 in equity. In this instance, the court would likely take the car, sell the car, pay off the existing loan, give you your $3,000, and give the remaining $12,000 to the creditors. So to answer the question, will they take my car, or any asset really, in a bankruptcy, the first thing we need to do is determine the amount of equity you have in that asset and what the exemption amount is. Remember, exemptions in bankruptcy mean, what do you get to keep through a bankruptcy? It is very unlikely you'll lose everything in a bankruptcy because there are plenty of exemptions to go around. The bankruptcy code has pages and pages of exemptions listed, meaning things or amounts you can keep through a bankruptcy. If you have any further questions, feel free to give me a call, 636-486-1093. I'd be happy to go into further detail.